Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Larry the Lone Wolf here, back with yet another video, and today, I think this morning, the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom trailer, aired. I unfortunately missed the premiere of it. It is about 3 minutes long, and I wanted to do a little reaction to it. We're not gonna waste any time. We're just gonna hop straight into it. I'm actually curious to know. Usually I avoid trailers, but I don't want to miss out on this. This is a game that I want to stream in the future. Here we go, Link got the paraglider. Is it me, or is it... I don't know what it is, but it's like, even though Hyrule Field isn't exactly like in the greatest state, it seems a bit more lively than before. Uh-oh. What the? Well, this is new. What the hell?
Zelda, we rely on your knight and that legendary sword he carries. Our last line of defense will be Link.
It's back in Korok Forest?
Link.
I wonder who that figure was that was speaking to her. It definitely wasn't Link. We already know Link doesn't talk at all. Wait a minute. Oh, look at how the jumping works when you're up in the sky, too. And you get to ride on minecars, too. Those bokoblins, they're back. I expected that.
I know why I am here. It's something only I can do.
Do not look away. You witness a king's revival and the birth of his new world.
Ganondorf?
Okay, let's go!
What? Are you serious?
But you are not alone.
Sidon's back.
Link,
Raiju's back, too.
our final hope.
What the hell? What? Nintendo seriously brought back Ganondorf? Wow. Wow. Wait a minute, there's more.
Link. You must find me.
Huh? Okay, wow. What the hell? They dropped they dropped quite the bombshell, I gotta say. They did. They dropped a huge bombshell. Okay. So I'm already like in a state of rather pleasant surprise because well, I kind of, the thing is that I kind of expected the characters from Breath of the Wild to come back. That much I expected. What I was not expecting to see was Ganondorf. Ganondorf has not been seen in any of the Zelda games in a long time. I don't even remember the last Zelda game he was even in. We already know that Ganondorf is the human form of we already know that he's the humanoid form of Ganon. So, and the last time that I remember seeing him, I think it was Wind Waker. I might be wrong. I actually might be wrong. I'm almost confident that the last time that we ever saw Ganondorf was in Wind Waker, but it might have happened sooner. I'm not 100% sure about that. But all I'm saying is that I'm just pleasantly surprised to see him back in Breath of the Wild's art style. And he looks really good, surprisingly. And they gave him a voice too. That's another thing. They gave him a voice. I gotta say, man, I am very pleasantly surprised to see Ganondorf return. This is insane. And they clearly added a lot of new enemies into the game and new bosses and stuff. Like this thing right here. I don't know what the hell this thing is. I don't know what this thing is. Ew, look at its eyes. It looks like a giant like comedian created in Ganon's image or something. I don't know. But look at it. It's hideous. But I'm not exactly sure who the figure is that's speaking to Zelda. I'm definitely not sure. My theory is that it probably, you know what this might be? I'm pretty sure this might be a reference to Ocarina of Time, because Ganondorf, that was the first time Ganondorf was ever seen, and he was suspected to having some kind of, for lack of a better way of putting it, malicious intent. It's been a while since I've played Ocarina of Time, but the last thing I remember from it is that I guess he was like one of the knights for Hyrule or something, but then he turned to the dark side. And I am assuming that that's Ganondorf's role in this game, and I'm pretty sure that this figure right here is indeed Ganondorf. So this is almost like a callback to Ocarina of Time. Like I said, I might be wrong in my analysis, so please correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what this seems like. You know what I'm saying? It feels like this game is going to owe itself to Ocarina of Time, which, to be fair, a lot of Zelda games that have came out, like Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, a lot of them owe themselves to Ocarina of Time, because a lot of them, both of those games actually take place sometime after Ocarina of Time. Twilight Princess most notably takes place like 100 years after Ocarina of Time. As far as Breath of the Wild is concerned, most people... For me, I think Breath of the Wild is literally its own thing. I don't think it follows any particular continuity of the older games at all, unless it takes place in a much more advanced like timeline or something. I'm not sure. But then again, like I said, the Zelda timeline is very contradicting and always often debated. But wow, man. And I love the new features that they put in the game. First of all, there's like new area, like these new tents and outposts and stuff that's out. Like, these outposts were not in Breath of the Wild. This is literally at the gate of Hyrule Castle. They were not there before, but clearly there's a lot more going on. And I'm not exactly sure what these things are with the green and blue rings on the top. I'm assuming that those are the shrines in the game, but I might be wrong. I might be wrong. And I'm seeing a lot of new structures here too. I'm seeing a lot of new things here. It still very much looks the same though, as far as Breath of the Wild is concerned. And it seems like to me also, Link looks like he's gonna be corrupted by Ganon's power, and that's not good. That means that there's a potential chance that Link could turn into Dark Link. And I think the last time he became Dark Link was in I forgot what game it was. I don't remember if it was Phantom Hourglass where he became Dark Link, or if it was in Twilight, because I know in Twilight Princess I'm pretty sure he was Dark Link in Twilight Princess. I know he was Wolf Link in that game. I do remember that. But it's been a long time since I've touched either of them. That's what makes it difficult for me to remember them. And the Master Sword is residing back in Korok Forest, where the Great Deku Tree is. So it looks like we have to get the Master Sword again. I'm guessing that's the only way it retains its power. I can only assume that that's the reason why it always stays there, is so that it recharges or retains its power. And it looks like here, you see how Link is he's helping those people travel. I'm guessing there's side quests in the game where you can actually help, you know, drive people around as like a form of like a side quest or something. And if that's the case, then that should be interesting. I don't think it's anything that's worth to be excited for, but it's worth, you know, it's worth mentioning that it wasn't in the first game. And remember the gadgets from Breath of the Wild as well, like stasis, which stops time and everything. It looks like I already know that in Tears of the Kingdom they actually have this new mechanic where you actually get to reverse time. You actually get to reverse time in this game as opposed to just simply pausing time. So they're literally doing everything that you could do in Breath of the Wild, but this time they're expanding on it, which means that this game should be a lot more expansive than Breath of the Wild. Dare I say, a much larger game than Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild, you gotta remember, was the first time Nintendo had did an open world Zelda game, and this is their second attempt at doing so. And usually when they do it a second time around, it's usually better. So I'm pretty sure that what they're doing is that they're taking everything that they did in Breath of the Wild, but doing more with it, considering that they already have that experience now. You know what I mean? And this is what I mean when I say that Link is going to be corrupted by Ganon, because you see how his arm is like transforming. Ganondorf is most likely going to be corrupting Link, and it's going to create some kind of inner conflict. It's going to create a conflict between him and Zelda. And hold on a second. Is it me, or has Raiju become a lot taller? Hold on a second. Is it me, or did she noticeably? Is it me, or did Raiju noticeably become a lot taller than the last time we saw her? Because she's starting to look a lot more like Urbosa, and that's not a bad thing. And Sidon's back. I'm glad to see that Sidon is back. We already know Mipha is dead. We already know that. All the 4 Hylian champions are gone. But it's nice to see Sidon return, because Sidon was one of my favorite characters from Breath of the Wild. And seeing him fight alongside the other characters that Link meets in Breath of the Wild, like Raiju, and I actually forgot the Goron's name. I actually forgot his name. And I feel so bad. I feel so bad. I'm talking about him, yeah. Like, I actually feel bad for forgetting him. That sucks, man. And I forgot the Rito as well. Oh my god. I'm actually not remembering a lot of stuff very well, so I apologize. That's because it's been a hot minute since I played any Zelda game. But all I'm saying is that this trailer was really good, and I'm excited for Tears of the Kingdom, and I hope you guys are as well. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video, alright? Peace.